So the next thing what we should do here is to create unwrap, yeah, for everything. I just use this relax button to make everything relaxed, to see the checker more equal to the squares. And now I will just do the same thing with the other roofing parts, like that. I will just detach it from here with the break button and use relax from over here, like that. And the same thing with another part of the roof. So now I just break it. Let's just detach it one by one. Use the break. Now I use the break over here. Now I will use the break over here and the break over here. Now if I will select all of those elements and relax, I will see that everything is relaxed. And everything should have already clear checker boxes, checker squares. Yeah. So basically I'm happy with that roof right now. Let's suggest that the unwrap for the roof is finished. I will just put it somewhere to remember that this part is already finished. I don't need to move it anymore. And now I will switch to that part. I will just select all of those polygons. And here actually we can use this flatten mapping, because for us it doesn't matter, because we don't have a curved objects, curved edges and everything. We just need to have a polygons clearly unwrapped like that. So yeah, I will just use that polygons and place it also somewhere here to know that all these parts is already unwrapped. Let's go to that part. This is our pipe. We will just select it, and you can see that if I will select it with turn it on, with that button turn it on, that means that everything what actually visible from the screen should be selected. Yeah, and if we will just turn it off, you can see that we can select everything, even the polygons which is not visible for us. Now if you will go to the unwrap window, you can see that this part right now is selected. We can just move it somewhere here, and let's start to unwrap it one by one. For example, this whole part, I will just relax it, but you can see it's already connected for everything. Again, we will need to break it, move it from that object, and then relax it. You can see that the squares here is okay. Now let's go to that part. I will just select these polygons, then use a plus button, or maybe no, I will not use that plus button. I will just select these polygons and that polygons. It will be easier right now. These ones I don't want to have selected. Again, just break it, and let's just try to relax it as it is. Let's just see what we have here. Yeah, now you can see that all of these polygons looks fine. Not really fine, yeah, it's curved a little bit because it's connected over here, yeah. Again, then I need to break it from that inner polygons. So I break it, now I just use a relax again, and now you can see that the checker is much more clear. So this part is ready. I will place it over here. Let's see this part. Let's just try to relax it first. No, it doesn't work really good for us. Then I just select two polygons from here, then break it, and then relax those. And the same with that polygons, relax. Sometimes the update work with small timing pause because it's not updated really fast. So yeah, now I will just place all of these parts somewhere here to know that this is the roofing part. Oh, this is the pipe. And yeah, I actually, to save a space on the unwrap, I can add these details from the pipe in the hole. And yeah, what about these four parts? Let's just unwrap it by flatten. Actually, the thing is, you can actually select all of your model. It's much more faster, and use the flatten mapping to see how it will be flatted here. Basically, if you have a pretty squarish form of your object, you can use a flatten unwrap. For us, it's okay to have something like that in the end. But basically, right now you can see that checker, it's slightly different here and there. That means that the texture over here should have not the same quality as it is right over here. What we need to do to fix that, we need to select all of those polygons here, and here in the arrangement elements window tab you can find several buttons. Over here there is a rescale element button. If you will press on it, you can see that all the elements rescale correctly with each other. Sometimes it works fine, but if you have a lot of elements, it looks a little bit messy, and now you just need to move it. If you don't like to move it one by one, you can just use I suggest that button to pack it together, and yeah, you can see that every detail will pack together one by one, how it will fit more suitable. Now I can just scale it down to just have a checker squares pretty the same as we have in the roof, like this. I think this should be enough. Yeah, these two parts already finished. Let's just fix the checker for that part. I will fix this checker manually, like that. So, and now I want to unwrap the place from the bottom part of the roof, this wooden part. If I will just select the whole element, this roof, you can see that all of these parts also selected, which is already unwrapped. To deselect those, just make sure that you unplug that select by element button here. It's like a box. And now with the Alt button, you can just deselect some polygons from UV. Now you can see that our roofing are selected from the bottom part of it, and now I can just map it as a flat. I believe that I don't really care too much about that part because we will not see it. For me, not really important to have it clear. I just wanted to use that details a little bit differently. I will just unwrap it in the line. So basically, yeah, I will just select this part, and by using that edges we can just try the wrap unfold. If I will just press over here, what I will have, it's not good actually, yeah, for that reason. So okay, then I will just detach all of these polygons from over here like this, rotate it, the same over here, rotate, and the same over here. So basically, if we will do that stuff here, then we can just use this button here to make lines for our unwrap more straight, like this. It will help us a lot to make a texture more straight. You know, if we will put wooden parts here, it's easier to find a wooden plank and just place it over here, not to just deform it. So that's why I'm actually trying to do that as a straight lines. Yeah, and here is an option to make vertical lines more straighten, like this. This is the horizontal lines. And this button for vertical lines. So this should be enough. Yeah, no, this unwrap part is slightly tricky. You just need to take your time on that to make unwrap more beautiful way. But if you will just try to use all of those tools to achieve your goals, it's not really hard to do everything. Just take a time. So this part is created with the flatten. This part I will also create with the flatten mapping like this, and I will add this straight polygon somewhere here. So yeah, the same with that part. Okay, let's just try to unwrap all of these parts with the flatten option. I think it should work. Yeah, for us it's okay. And this part, okay, let's again try to use a flatten. It's not really good right now because you can see that these two polygons is detached from the main part, but this problem actually could be solved. You can see that this green highlighted edges will show you the places which is not connected. So basically the thing is to select that edge over here, and let's try to use that button, or maybe it will be much clearly represented that way. For example, if I select that part, you can see that this small element is still not connected, and I suggest that this element is over here. You can see that this blue highlighted edge here represents the place which should be connected with some of those edges over here. To find that edge, you can just switch to the edge over here and just try to select different edges. So basically, if I select this edge, you can see that it should be connected with that edge. And to connect those edges, you can use this stitch custom. It should also help you because it will rotate the element automatically like this. Now you can see that this part of the roof is already unwrapped as one element. Let's do the same with the with another part. Yeah, so basically we have these two parts over here and that two rounder parts over here. But once again I want to make these rounder parts as a straight line. I will try to use that thing again. Sometimes it could help. Yeah, actually for me it helps. Looks like it helps me. I know that it looks really tricky, that's why I just wanted you to not to use that tool over here, but yeah. Okay, let's just get back to this rounder forms. Maybe it's okay for us to use the rounder forms over here because it's not the wood and we don't need to show it really detailed. So this part, let me just select again everything and map everything as a flattened map like this, and the same thing with that. Yeah, so looks like right now we unwrap everything, and the next thing what we should do is to select everything and just use that pack normalize button over here. You can see that it's packed somehow, but not really cool because you can see that a lot of details is not on the right place. We can also try to use different padding here to figure out how it will unwrap it. I suggest that this unwrap should work okay for us because we will use the substance painter to work, to texture everything, and yeah, I think that this is what you should have in the end. And yeah, I think this should be okay if you will have something like that in the end of or fifth lesson. So this should be the unwrap for your model. So that's all. Thank you.